Series 2.
Ooh.
Because I can do that.
Yeah.
But how many episodes did we do in the last one?
Mini-series. Probably.
However many
5.
we did.
So
Many we did. That's a season. Not a season. Not a season because this isn't America. Series. Do you know what I mean? It's not autumn.
Yeah. Spring.
And they were series of shows because they are shows.
They are shows.
And welcome back. I'm Matt Bentley. With me today is Harvey Quinn as usual.
Hello.
Run the titles.
Well, no, that we haven't got.
Fuck. Yeah.
The titles have already happened,
Yeah.
presumably.
Oh.
Do you want to go again? We go again.
No.
No. Okay, all right. So, the keen-eyed among you, and there's a lot because we've had a lot of letters and emails and phone calls and a lot of phone calls. Weirdly,
They get annoying.
people, asking when we're going to do this again. We've taken a short break.
I had someone accost me in a bar. I was in a bar and someone said, "Oh, you do
Really?
the podcast." Yeah. Look, he's a friend. Doesn't matter. But like, if it was someone like I didn't know, I'd be like,
hot coffee in the face. Obviously, of course.
yeah.
We've taken a hiatus. The reason for that.
We don't have to give it. Do we have?
Well,
give a reason.
Well.
Yeah.
So, some of you may have noticed that the BAFTAs have just happened, haven't they? That's all I say.
Two young up and coming actors disappear, go sort of MIA just before the BAFTAs.
A lot of prepping we had to do. A lot of prepping scripts.
You do the maths.
Yeah. Presentations.
You fill out the blanks.
Exactly. A lot of speeches.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously they've not come in yet, but they'll do a belated. Presume.
Probably.
There,
Yeah.
This is the best.
They were too busy giving the guy from Normal People everything.
Everything.
I think he only got one, but you know what I mean.
That's enough. One.
We're
not bothered about BAFTAs, but
on an unrelated note, I've got another series, another haircut.
I like that. I've not done anything really different.
I change my look a lot.
Much to the chagrin of your agent.
Yeah, they go mad. They're going mad.
We're trying to market you as one particular
this is
thing.
Mad.
Yeah.
Let alone the sponsors at Mercedes-Benz. They
Mate.
must be tearing their hair out because they're going. Specifically, we wanted like a long blonde hair bloke, and
now
who cares about the environment and stuff. And I was halfway there. And then what?
They were compromising.
I've had a Tuesday. Get rid of it.
Yeah, it does happen.
Expose the hairline quite a lot, but you live, you learn. It's the 4th time I've done it.
Yeah.
And I'll fucking do it again. Shit, I don't get it.
I'm really tempted to do it.
Nah, just do it. Just get it done.
I might just get it done. Although I feel that
It's great. Everyone loves it.
I
Loads of compliments.
I feel that I would just look like. In my head, I'm like, I look like Keanu Reeves in Speed.
That's exactly what you look like.
I wouldn't look like that.
That's exactly.
I'd look like an odd,
I know.
like monk.
I know.
Yeah.
And your personality.
Or I'd look like one of those dudes that have had a nervous breakdown and then moved to the Shaolin Temple to find inner peace and meditation. That's what I look like.
I thought you said to fight inner peace.
To fight inner peace.
What? That's you.
Fight the abstract concept of
Get
inner
out of
peace.
me. Get out of me. What have you been up to? How's it been? I mean, it's been a while. It's been a long time. Got to fill people in. It's been weeks even.
Things change.
Yeah.
Seasons change.
Yeah.
People change. Although not a lot, to be honest.
You're stalling, aren't you?
I'm stalling. No, I'm just saying I got a tan because seasons have changed. That's what's new. But that's all I've been doing. I've been sort of like sitting.
Yeah.
Outside.
Okay.
That's it. What have you been doing?
Again, not a lot.
Exactly. Sitting. I love sitting. But like that. What else are you to do in the modern world?
When are we there?
The modern world. That's why I said
so
it.
Let's not give to. Yeah, that's bloody vague because when is the modern world?
Isn't it?
That's actually a point. When does? So you know what I don't understand? You know what I've never understood? And do you know what I mean? I'm in my late 20s now.
Right.
Aren't you almost 30? Oh, late 20s. That's what I'm saying. Don't pin me down to a number. If I wanted to say, listen, I'm almost 30, I'd say. I don't understand the 19th, 18th, 17th century. I don't understand that.
What do you mean?
I don't understand it. When someone says the 19th century, does that mean I get to start with 19 something something?
No, it's 18.
What the fuck is that about? Why? That's mental. Because
if it's okay.
I get it because it's like that century's
century
gone.
Yeah,
right.
So we're now in the. But then you're in your 30th year.
So I should be 30.
You're in your 30th year. When
this
you
is
turn
why
30,
there's no consistency.
When you turn 30, you're technically in your 31st year.
That's what I'm saying. It's bullshit. Whereas, with the
you
centuries,
on the
you
end,
say it the other way around, and it baffles me every time. And I know when things are. I know when things happen. So like,
what do you mean you know when things are?
I know when like the Tudors were. I know when the
right.
Titanic sank. I know history, but then when someone brings it up, and it comes up a surprising amount, by the way, I sound like an idiot. I'm like, oh, sometimes around the 17th century, and they're like, are you broken? I'm like,
no one actually knows what century things happened.
There's a few, mate.
Is there?
Oh yeah.
Who you hang around with? Like
you hang out with the same people when they play those quizzes games.
Oh
they
yeah,
get
but that's
really aggressive.
It gets nasty.
Say nasty things in that.
But that's like quizzes, isn't it? It's not just general. No one's grilling you on 18th century woodwork.
No.
At
I would have no need for it.
5 p.m. on a Wednesday.
No, that's interesting because you've said that and they'll think that we're filming this at 5 p.m. on a Wednesday.
See, what I do, exactly. You don't
It's
know.
actually blisteringly early in the morning, isn't it?
It's too early, yeah.
It's bloody early in the morning.
Well, you know, do you know what I said to Matt?
Go on.
When we started, look, it's going to be early because we've got things to do. But now thinking about it, it could have been later.
Could it have been later?
Could have been a bit later, yeah, because I'm knackered.
I'm exhausted.
Yeah,
man.
and yeah. So I've got an idea as well because we've had a lot of people writing in, phoning in, and this might just tie us into the second half.
Normally we piss around with that, but actually this time people have actually been writing in, not physically. No one.
Yeah. So I'll read out a message
on the.
It's an imaginary message, but what it does is it allows me
Yeah.
to talk about what I want to talk about in a way that is a bit more organic than me just bringing it up.
Right. Okay. And this will give the same effect as to if you just had a real message.
If I had a real message, this would be the exact same
This is kind
effect.
of similar. Exactly.
So just bit like,
imagine this is a real message, and
if you use your imagination,
you're on board.
Like with our show,
Yeah. Go
and
on.
it is a show.
Explain to them.
You have to. It's active participation show. You can't just be chilling. And I know a lot of you just put it on in the background and go about your business. It's unacceptable.
Yeah, that does wind me up.
It's active participation.
People think it's a compliment. They go, mate, I love it. I just, I'm cooking, I'm sticking on in the background. I'm like, well, fucking don't do that.
Yeah. That's what the Hills is for. This is not the Hills.
Do you know what I mean? Or the Kim Kardashians. Stick them on in the background. They're, people like to look at them. That's kind of their thing, isn't it? I mean, you're not listening to them going, oh, that is wisdom. With us,
whereas
there is wisdom.
There is wisdom. And some of the wisdom is between the lines as well. So like at first watch, and I'm assuming that you're going to go back and rewatch every episode again and again. We built it with that in mind.
I'm in it, and I don't go back and rewatch them.
Why would you?
Nah, true.
Why would you?
I'll say I live
busy boy, busy bee.
I'd love to be busy.
Yeah, as well. Why would you? But yeah, we have filmed this and written this with it in mind that it is repeatable watches. A lot of jokes you won't get until the second, third, maybe even fourth watch. So
like Dodgeball.
Exactly like Dodgeball.
If you've seen Dodgeball 2004, Ben Stiller, Vince Vaughn, then you're probably thinking, oh, so I know every single joke in that. What you don't know is that when he puts a cigarette out, he puts it out upside down. And you won't see that until you've watched it 8-9 times. Yeah. I'm on my 15th. And I'm seeing new things. It's made like that. It's layered. And this is inspired by it. What's the message, Harvey?
Oh, right. I just wanted to talk. No. Let me feed me the line again.
And it's made like that. It's layered. What's the message, Harvey?
Just from one of our fans. Let me read it out. Sorry, my phone's making that. Hi, guys. Hi. I really enjoyed your last conversation around GoldenEye. Are there other Bond movies that you think are good? Who, in your opinion, is the best Bond? Yours, P. Brosnan. Thank you, Pierce. Again, not looking for advice on what to talk about, but in this instance, my favourite Bond is Pierce Brosnan. We've talked about it a lot. But we speak about it a lot.
But I don't think enough either.
Not enough because we glaze over it.
There are plebs out there who are still going, like, oh, gotta be sure. Oh, very funny thing when Alan Partridge was like, oh, how do we think? I'm good friends with Steve.
Steve, yeah.
Stevie.
Steve, Mr. Coogan.
Yes, it is Mr. Coogan.
It is Mr. Coogan always.
It's Mr. Coogan.
Yeah, you can't be fucking around.
And he was like, what if a black person or a woman plays Bond? And he was like, well, to be honest with you, I couldn't give a shit. Throw caution to the wind. They cast a Scottish person as it originally. So when that happened, who gives a fuck?
But he's British.
Well, no, who gives a shit? Listen, Mush Monoprano. Like, that's like a caricature of the character.
It is kind of a caricature.
And because he went first and he looked so cool, everyone was like, yeah, it's fine.
Do you know what I have issue
But
with?
imagine it coming in now and him like being like an out-and-out Scotsman.
A Scot.
After Daniel Craig, you'd be like, what?
Yeah, it's kind of true.
If that was in the 21st
Here's the
century...
Go on.
This is the 21st, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it is.
People would be losing their
Still,
mind, but because you went
finally.
first, no one gives a shit. So, Piers is the best Bond,
He
definitely.
is, definitely.
And the best film other than GoldenEye is what, in your opinion?
Oh, bloody hell. If we're talking Brosnan era...
Any era, but okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Brosnan era. By definition, if he's the best Bond, the best films will be in his era.
Oh, do you know what? I watched... What's the one with Denise Richards where she plays Christmas and he goes, I don't know any doctor jokes.
Yeah, that's good.
'Cause
That's The World Is Not Enough.
World Is Not Enough.
Yeah.
Tomorrow Never Dies. I quite enjoy that. That's the one with Stamper.
Tell me, Bond, do you still sleep with the gun under your pillow?
Yeah, Terry Hatcher. Amazing.
Terry Hatcher.
Bloody hell. Do you know... Okay, this is the thing about Bond, right? And
Fuck me dead and bury me pregnant. She's unreal.
she's unreal.
Yeah. I love that phrase, by the way.
I know,
Go on.
It's good. Think about Bond. People get so irate about, I can't cast a female Bond, I can't cast a black Bond.
Can't do this.
Well,
can't do that. Can't do this. You can do whatever you want.
It's a made-up character. Someone's made it up out of their brain. You can do what you like. It doesn't matter. People get so funny about
people do
made-up shit.
Literally whatever the fuck they want all of the time. Like, they just... someone was sat at home just being like, oh, let's just fuck it. Oh, Cruella de Vil. Bang that one out again.
Who's asking for that?
Who gives a shit? Jumanji. We'll do a remake and then we'll do another one.
The 2 remake.
Do you know what I mean? But the second you start going, maybe we're going to have a Bond who isn't a white man, everyone goes, what? No, because that's ours. We own.
Yeah. We've done Jumanji twice.
Give up. Listen,
We've done Jumanji twice.
Selfishly, the only reason why I prefer Bond to stay as a sort of, let's call it a middle class white man.
It's because you identify with that.
I would like to play Bond one day.
Exactly, of course. Why? Who?
Listen, and this is how my intonation. I do it.
Go
this.
on.
I go. The name's Bond. James Bond.
Ooh.
I'd put the emphasis on the Bond because he's saying his name. He's like, because everyone goes Bond. James Bond.
Yeah.
And actually, no, it's. I'm changing the emphasis on it.
Yeah.
And that right there is my audition tape.
I think you could do Jimmy Bond as well.
Jimmy Bond is.
You could be Jimmy Bond.
Jimmy Bond.
Do you know what I mean? That'd be a new, different thing.
Oh, they'd fuck. You know what? That's the kind of bullshit that if I got cast in it, I'd go, no, listen, mate. Like, it's actually quite a good spin-off. Like, it's got layers to it. If I wasn't cast in it, I'd be like, this is fucking trash, and I hate everything to do with it. Like scum. Like Renona, like Enola Holmes.
Enola Holmes.
Pathetic.
Yeah.
But I heard people who don't know how irritating she is go,
she's smug.
She's a brilliant actor. And I'm going, you know
I don't
what?
think she is.
Maybe she is if I didn't find her so fucking irritating. But maybe she is. I mean, she's clearly... I don't think I could do what she does. Like, do the terrible, shitty dross films she does.
Yeah.
And
With
still, like, turn up to work and stuff and
conviction.
just complete go for it. Do you know what I mean?
She's a kid, though. She's just a baby. She's a child. They're high spirits. They don't know what they're seeing half the time. Everything's new to them.
That's true.
Everything's new to them.
That's true. And to be
So
fair,
it's like,
she's...
I've never seen a conch shell before.
Oh!
Do you know what I mean?
She's probably never even read Lord of the Flies.
She's never...
That.
Has she fucked?
Has she fucked?
Has she fucked?
Sucks to your asthma, piggy.
Yeah.
That's a line from it.
I know. It's good.
Because you've read the book.
Because I've read the book. Yeah, at school, it was forced upon me to do a
Bet you anything they'll redo that fucking answer. That they'll make that a film, Lord of the Flies.
They should, but...
Except, it won't be all boys, it will be all girls. And I'm not having a go at that. I'm just saying that is what will happen.
I know.
That is what will happen. And it's, I mean, it just, exactly. Make a whole new show. Just come up with a brand new idea and make a whole new show. That's another thing that
we do something new. I just want to
just
do new things.
Do something new. I think it was Craig. They asked Daniel Craig, like, "What do you think about a female Bond?" And he's like, "Well, yeah. I mean, whatever. But like, why don't you just like write a cool fucking spy thing for a woman who's like a badass
that becomes iconic and
right,
that has a decade-long, century-long franchise."
Like, I would love to see an incredibly misogynistic bird woman spy going around shagging everything and taking names. That'd be badass.
That'd be sick. I had this conversation. We've had this conversation before. About like female characters and like how like even like everyone's like, oh yeah, strong female characters, and they use like what's her name, How long we got?
3 seconds.
Oh,
my
right.
God.
Well, look, we'll continue this into the second half.
I've already forgotten what we're talking about.
Well, I was talking about female characters and narratives.
Oh,
and all that stuff.
yeah. So we've got 5 minutes to wrap up, I think, now. If I remember, it's been so long.
It's been a while. But look, this is the difficult second series.
Series, don't say season.
Series, again.
It's not spring.
For the layman. It's not spring. It's not autumn.
You know what's tricky about this is that we're the showrunners, producers, stars. If there are writers, we're the writers.
Yeah.
And I am...
so disinterested in what I'm talking about. Do you know what I mean? You can't really put a price on that. But you should, because again, like you haven't liked and subscribed enough, right? So I'm not getting that bread. I need that bread. Honestly, it's bad. I've had to start another business.
Bruv, it's 8 a.m. Like, just like and subscribe when you're not. You're probably watching this in bed.
I know.
We're out of beds. I'm out of bed.
For you, we're doing this for you.
This isn't for me.
And how do you repay us?
This isn't for me. And the second I get a TV show, I'll burn this to the ground. Let's do the second half.
Let's do the second half. Yeah, right. Let's. Careful.
Let's do the second.
Be careful. You have to,
Safety first, then teamwork.
Let's do the second half. Safety. There are nonsense everywhere, and that's why. That's actually why I hate Gollum from Lord of the Rings. Welcome back. We were talking about female characters, and so this is an important point for me because we write female characters all the time.
Yes.
And the thing that we struggled with was what. So the way that I write female characters, I write them as a man in my mind, and I'll just change the gender.
Yeah.
But then it becomes hard because it's like, okay, I have to like sanity check it against like female friends or my girlfriend or whatever and be like, is this how women would talk? And more often than not, yeah, it's fine because we're not writing anything outlandish. Well, actually, we are.
Yeah.
It isn't all outlandish,
one person we are, yeah.
But yeah, it's difficult. But then I was thinking about female characters and like even like big, strong female characters. Like, what's her name? Black Widow, Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh yeah, she's a powerful woman.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, but she's still very much a female character written by a man. Do you know what I mean? It's still quite.
Isn't
the whole she's sexy?
The definition of her character was that it was written by Marvel, which is a bloke, right?
Yeah.
So I think. And now, yeah.
I think a way more interesting character would be if you got someone like Tony Stark, and he's a woman, but he's exactly the same. He's like a wisecracking, like bit of a playboy,
philanthropist, billionaire,
genius, like flies around in a fucking iron suit. How refreshing would that be as a character if that was a woman? And it's exactly the same.
But only if Iron Man didn't exist.
Yeah.
Don't
just like recast it. No, I mean
because they fucking did that. They put Pippa.
Pippa.
Who's that?
No, that's Kate
annoying...
Middleton's sister.
No, that
Pippa
very annoying actor.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah, her. Yeah. And they just put her in. She's an Iron Man. Her character was a fucking secretary. Yeah. Right. And then by the end film,
Peppa Pig.
Whatever. By the end film, she's got her own fucking suit, like flying around. How hard it is to like fly in those suits.
Peppa.
It is something like that. It's Pepper or.
Is it hard to fly in them suits?
I would imagine so.
I don't know how hard it is. Personally. But you asked me as if I would have an answer for you. I know.
That's like me saying, like, how hard it is to drive those F1 cars. You're like, I don't know, boss.
I've never tried, to be honest. I'm sure it's very difficult.
Apparently, it's like trying to drive a roller coaster, but you pick where you're going.
But that's like, that's different because that's the real thing. But what you just said is like, imagine, do you know how hard it is to fly Pegasus? Do you know what I mean? Because they don't exist, boss.
Yeah, they don't exist, boss.
Do you know what I mean?
Tough though.
It's tough, yeah, very hard.
Would be the answer.
No saddle either. I was on Pegasus. Just you just have to sit on a bareback. From the the ancient Greek drawings of it. It's Greek, isn't it? Is it Pegasus? Yeah, probably.
You know what? When you said Pegasus, all I thought was Johnny English, when his boss is called Pegasus. It's like
Rowan Atkinson.
Code name, Rowan Atkinson. Brilliant man.
Brilliant man.
Quite arrogant man.
Of course he is, but beautiful British comedian.
Yeah.
Something about that I enjoy.
And
I'm watching a lot of Rick Mail at the moment. I
never got into him. I know he's funny, but I never got into him.
Watch Bottom again. But no. Honestly, I tell you why. I'm gonna break it down. Because on the face of it, it just looks like gross out slapstick, but it is genius. He was such a gifted, like, comedy performer. It's mental. And even the writing and like the nervousness of like the character that he's created as Rich.
Any clips you've ever shown me of that show, I find incredibly funny.
Yeah,
any clip you ever shown me.
But it is just like it was of that like kind of reductive like late 80s, early 90s kind of just like shit, literally toilet humor. But and the fact that it's called Bottom is really quite funny. But it is very, very good.
He was cast to play Peeves in Harry Potter.
Yeah, didn't they film it and then they cut him?
Got rid of Peeves. Now, here's my problem with the Harry Potter films. I'm so glad I segued to this.
This is a segue. We were talking about Lord of the Rings earlier. And
honestly, that is a pile of trash
compared to Harry Potter.
In a way, Harry Potter's highbrow. As some of you may know, I go through bouts of the sadsies. Do you know what I mean? Clinically fed up. Yeah. And I
drove to Edinburgh and ate a whole packet of Toblerone.
I accidentally run to Windsor. No, I mistakenly run to Windsor. No, and so when I did do that originally a couple of months ago, years ago now, I started listening to the audiobooks of Harry Potter read by my good friend Stephen Fry. Good friend, because we've had dinner together.
Yeah,
we had fish.
What fish? Do you remember?
I don't. I think it was Place.
Ooh.
It was lovely though, and I listened to him, and I've got to know that the films that you have been watching, right? The films you've been watching.
Just gonna pressure on that. Was he a dainty eater? I bet he was. I bet he was like quite.
He was quite particular with it.
Yeah.
He was a good eater though.
Yeah. Go on. Sorry.
They're fucking lies. They're fucking bullshit. Those films. They are. The amount of detail they leave out of those books is criminal. I can't believe J.K. Rowling, right? For all her controversies that's come after, what she's fucked up a bit, right?
Yeah, she has.
But when she wrote them, she was fairly decent. I can't believe she signed off on these films. To leave Peeves out of the fucking films is just nonsense. Do you know how much he affects change? And like Percy Weasley, right? Percy Weasley, the head boy in the first film, and it's like, first year's this way. That's all he fucking says, right? He is an utter scumbag. Have I spoken about this on this before? I'm very passionate about it.
No, you have not. You're getting very round up.
I'm up. Yeah. Because it's insane how much of like a Judas that guy ends up being. And just like the films just go like, and then like huge events happen in the films that he's directly responsible for, and they're just like, and we just skip Dobby the elf.
Can I just stop you?
Go on.
We're talking about the Harry Potter films.
Yeah. Books, films.
The Harry Potter wizard, wizard boy.
Yeah.
We're talking about the for kids.
Yeah.
We're talking.
All it is. One last thing on this. I promise. Right, last thing on this. Please. Last thing on this.
No, continue, please.
In the film, cast your mind back. Come with me here. And they're going down almost at Diagon Alley, and Harry looks up at Hogwarts, at Hagrid, and goes, "But Hagrid, how am I to pay for these things? I haven't any money." And I remember thinking, what a weird way of saying that. I haven't any money, like it's like the 17th century.
Yeah, ooh, there you go. Renaissance.
That isn't in the book. He just goes in the book, I don't have any money. So why the fuck did they go? Did Columbus, director, go, here, say, I haven't any money. Who the fuck speaks like that? And it's not in the book. So why put it in?
Because it wouldn't. They didn't just
drives me mad.
They didn't just take the book and be like, "Oh, just film that." It had to be adapted.
But why add in that weird way of speaking in it?
Because you and I both know, screenwriters are morons. They don't know what they're doing.
They don't.
Boss.
You know what? They don't.
They're adapting things.
They don't know.
Just write down. Just copy it down.
They don't.
Just copy it down.
They don't know what they're doing.
Source material. Game of Thrones got it very wrong.
They did. They shit the bed there. Did you ever read those? You seem like
the
kind of person who would read those things.
3, and
you probably read them in like the 80s as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
Before they were.
Do you know what? I read the first 3. This is years ago, and I remember thinking at time I'm quite into my fantasy fiction. Like I was really into Lord of the Rings, really into Joe Abercrombie, Patrick Rothfuss, big names.
To you maybe.
Yeah. Lies of Lochlamora, Scott Lynch. Cracking series.
Harvey's a registered Mensa, by the way. He's a very bright man.
Yeah, but doesn't. I mean, I'm not. Yeah, that doesn't mean. Oh, he's into Wheel of Time.
To me, it does.
So I'm into fantasy fiction, but when I first read Game of Thrones, the thing that I didn't like about it is, in the TV show, there's a lot of characters, aren't there? A lot of characters.
Loads. As in like he's a character, or there's lots of physical characters.
Physical characters.
Yeah, loads.
They're in independent storylines.
Yeah.
Now, the way that George R.R. Martin writes, he writes point of view, right? So every chapter will be a new character's point of view.
Yeah.
The first book, there's probably about 5 points of view, and it keeps alternating between characters. Easy to follow. By book 3, he's introduced probably about 30 point of view characters, and it just gets confusing.
Oh, so even to read it is
no. When I was watching the TV show, I was like, it's a better TV show than it is a book.
Oh, sick. Okay.
And I don't normally feel like that, because normally I'm like, the books are normally...
Because you can go into details of what
more
they're
detail,
thinking.
and you've got more time with the characters on a book.
Yeah.
But because you just see the character, you're like, okay, yeah, great, that's the character. Whereas in the book, you're like, hang on, who's this? What are their name?
Oh shit, yeah.
Edmund? Who's Edmund?
Yeah.
You're flicking back through like that. If they require you to do your homework and ask to keep up. Now there's other books like Stephen Erickson's Malazan series, which is like that. I tapped out of that after book 5. I took 5
after book
books.
5?
Yeah, I tapped out. I persevered because in my head I was like, I'm not a moron. I can handle this.
Yeah.
And there's loads of people on the internet that are like, this is it demands your attention. Only intelligent people like this. So I was reading it. I was like, I must be an intelligent person.
I'm that.
How could I not be?
Yeah.
I was reading it, and then I was just like, do you know what? It's just making me mad. It's just making me angry. So this is not a good productive use of time.
Yeah, I would have just Googled that, seen that thing, and just closed the laptop. Or better yet, close that screen and bring up The Office and just watch that. And I would have been like, "This is brilliant. This is for me."
I've been doing a lot of Always Sunny in Philadelphia again.
It's brilliant.
It's just such good TV. I'll watch it all again, multiple times.
You know what fucks me off? Similar to you, everyone going, "The Wire is so good." Is it?
It is very good. Yeah. Have you watched it?
I can't get into it.
It's hard to get into, boss. But
also now, who's the lead? Dominic
West.
He's a bellend, isn't he? Nowadays.
Is he?
I mean, when are we?
He's an Etonian. He's from Eton.
Right.
Good Baltimore accent in the show.
Yeah, but then also
Idris.
Idris is the king.
He's sick in that, mate. Honestly, persevere with it because do you know? I've never watched Sopranos.
I've watched a bit of The Sopranos.
The reason I bring it up is because those two always get compared as like the greatest TV shows of all time. The Wire really is excellent.
Why? Better than Breaking Bad?
It's different to Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad is like a really well told story about a couple of characters.
Yeah.
And
The Wire is about the mob and the estate.
The Wire is about Baltimore. And
who's the young?
How Baltimore changes from like the first series is about the drug trade, the second series is about the Greeks and around the docks and stuff like that, and then the third is about prison, and it's all about the Wire. All tells a story of what Baltimore is from the lens of the police force, which is great, which is genius. But
I get to the bit where they smash up that car in the first season.
Yeah,
they smash the shit out of either a cop car or something like that, and then I'm done. Also, there's a rapper in it, or there's a young famous person in it.
Oh,
is it Childish Gambino?
No.
There's a young actor. It's like his first.
Oh, it's the guy. It's not. He's not a rapper. It's the guy he plays Creed.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
What's
but
his name?
Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan. He plays Wallace in it.
Yeah.
He's sick. He's his little kid.
Michael B. Jordan.
Can't
miss.
He's a fucking great actor, mate. He can't miss.
Creed 2 was shit.
I've not seen it.
Well, it's just so. I turned it off just because of the fighting was so computerized. So I couldn't get on board with it. But
I've not really seen that many Rocky movies. I've seen like one, I think.
Which one?
The more recent, the Balboa one. I've not seen Rocky 1.
What the fuck?
I've not seen Rocky 2.
What sort of lunatic
I've not seen Rocky
watches
3.
Rocky Balboa, the 5th film, when he's like
because it's not called Rocky 5. It's called just Balboa.
It's called Rocky. It's called Rocky Balboa.
It's not. It's called Balboa.
Did you not get the idea that he looks like a haggard 50-year-old man on the front cover?
Sylvester Stallone's in it.
It's mental. That's mental. Rocky 1, right? Is
good
okay.
movie.
It's okay. Rocky 2, very good.
Is it?
Rocky 3, trash.
Didn't he win the Oscar for the first one?
Yeah, but you got Eye of the Tiger and B.A. Baracus in it.
Eye of the Tiger isn't in the first one.
No. Eye of the Tiger.
Why would they not do that?
Because it's got a fly now. Da, 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 and he's like doing that on the thing. That's that famous one. And then out of fucking nowhere, you know it.
Yes.
They bring in Eye of the Tiger in the third film, and you're like, wow, you're onto something here.
Yeah, bring that back, and they have.
That's a really good.
How long we got, by the way?
1 minute 25 seconds.
Ages. Go on.
That's one of those things of being like controversially, Godfather 2 is better than Godfather 1, Rocky 3 is better than Rocky 1.
Terminator 2 is better than Terminator 1.
I don't give a fuck about Terminator.
No, you should, because it's very important.
The only one I've seen is the Rise of the Machines. And it was alright. When he's like, what is your mission? To ensure the survival of John Connor.
No, I'm not having
You're
it.
about to fail that mission.
I'm not having it.
I mean, like, he shuts himself down, smashing the car, and John Connor, spoilers, takes off in the plane. And I'm like, brilliant film.
I'm not having it. Okay.
It's the best one.
If you've not seen the first or second ones, and they are pure cinema. Second one's pure cinema. The second one might be my favourite movie of all time, just in terms of as a movie, from start, middle to the end. It's perfect.
What a mad thing to have said out loud. That's the movie. The best movie ever made in that sense is Speed.
No. Terminator 2.
High stakes. Sandra Bullock, who you can't not love.
You can't.
Keanu Reeves, who obviously lets the tie down with the acting,
He does,
but looks brilliant and
hard.
plays the stakes, man. That's why I'm failing as an actor. I don't play the stakes. I play me. It's a bus that if it slows down past 80 miles an hour, that it will explode. We've run out of time. And he's just there. just being. I'm going to watch it again.
Yeah. Watch Terminator 2.
No.
What do you mean no?
No.
Well, it's a 2-hour movie. You've got plenty of time.
I'm not watching Terminator 2.
Well, watch the first one, obviously. No. Terminator 1. Because you need to
know
know
what I'd rather do?
1.
I'd rather watch the Christian Bale Terminator than watch fucking Terminator 1 and 2.
Why?
I don't know.
It's awful.
Hey, listen, you're a nice guy. It's not professional. I'm not messing around with your life.
Get this guy out of here! Yeah. Why has he gone well English?
No! Oh, Christian.
You're a good lad.
Mad bastard.
You're a mad bastard.
Get on the show. I know you're watching.
Oh, hey, no. Funny enough, we actually did have a letter from him.
Oh. I put the timer off, so this could cut off at any second now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, look. I'll tell you what.
No,
we'll
that's
save
high stakes. That's high stakes, high reward.
We'll save the Christian Bale letter for episode 2 of the second
series 2.
Series. Also,
welcome back.
We have to stop hitting the table.
Yeah.